Follow my Twitch for daily Red Dead Online live streams, twitch.tv/hazardoushdtv. Multiple days after the release of Rockstar's brand new DLC update for GTA Online has left Red Dead players wondering, where is our update? Although we do not have any more new information, Rockstar has promised us multiple weeks in a row now that more info will be shared, quote unquote, in the coming weeks. So when can we expect this more information? The short answer is, who knows? But in this video, I asked you guys for your own opinions on some things that need to be tackled before the new Red Dead Online summer update is released, and I hope to give all those who shared their thoughts a voice inside of this video, and hopefully I can inspire some of you watching currently to submit your own feedback on the Rockstar Games Red Dead Online feedback page. On Twitter, I said, there is a lot of weight on Rockstar to make the Red Dead Online summer update a smashing success, and I'm curious to hear what concerns you have for this particular DLC. What are some things you think Rockstar must do for this update to be a home run? I will be making a video, to which over 40 of you responded, and I just want to thank all of those who did for taking the time to do so, and we will be combing over the responses and everyone's feedback inside of this video. So sit back, grab your favorite food and drink because this one is going to be a long one. Make sure to drop a like if you agree with any of the stuff inside of this video or do go on to enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and make sure to follow me on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram at HazardousHDTV to keep up with any breaking news dealing with Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online. So without further ado, let's start off with the first response coming from Dose1, an amazing Red Dead Online Twitch streamer, and he says, bug fixes and the roles actually being good. Both of these are necessary. The roles cannot just be very simple stranger missions disguised as roleplay and roles. These need to be true big DLC experiences, the trader, the collector, the bounty hunter, all having their own unique objectives, special talents and abilities, and bring different features to the camp that you can use exclusive to that particular role, and of course, the bug fixes. We need lots of those. The game was riddled with bugs before the spring update. The spring update released. It seemed to have solved all those problems, and then literally the next day, Wednesday, May 15th, all those problems returned to the game, and so we need those bug fixes. Jim Ruthless, an awesome Red Dead Online YouTuber, he said, it can't just be fetch quests. There should be a system in place for us to level up our roles and get some cool rewards for it. I hope they expand the camps as well with more customization options. Jim echoes exactly what I want with this DLC. We cannot have these roles be fetch quests. There needs to be a system in place for us to level up these roles, like he said, maybe some type of skill tree or special abilities you unlock in different tiers as you level up these roles, and of course the camps need to be upgraded. Right now I would argue that there's really almost no point going to your camp. The camps are in the middle of nowhere, and it wouldn't be a big deal if there was cool stuff there, but the problem is I'm always closer to a town in Red Dead Online than I am to going to my camp, so there's really no point going there to either collect ammo or change my wardrobe, because I might as well just go to Valentine or Rhodes or any other town in the game. Thank you to Jim and Dose so far. Next up, we have Herbert Moon, or Ray. He's an awesome moderator for my Twitch live streams and YouTube content, and he says, my main concern is that the roles will be reskinned stranger missions. You guys can see here, this is very similar to what we've been talking about now this whole video. We do not need reskinned stranger missions as these summer roles. They need to be truly unique. If these roles are anything less than what we already have as actual stranger missions in the game, I'm very, very nervous for what actually happens with this summer DLC update in Red Dead Online. Next up, another great Twitch streamer. We have Badgerman, and he says, purchasable properties, add trappers for additional clothing items, customizable coaches and wagons that allow you to either carry your fellow posse members or store large fish and animal carcasses and skins, and something we don't even envision right now that blows everyone away. Of course, I think what he said last would be the best case scenario, something that we are just not expecting at all. As a baseline, my expectations are these roles being disguised and reskinned stranger missions, but of course, purchasable properties, trappers, customizable coaches and wagons, these are all things that will add to the online experience. These won't make or break Red Dead Online in my opinion, but I think the inclusion of all of these will just overall add to the experience, and so everyone has a way to play and everyone has a way to have fun. Next up, we have JHours97 coming in here, another Red Dead Online YouTuber. He says, it just needs to last. At the moment, there's only so much you can do. The gameplay is extremely repetitive, and with the spring update, even though it was needed to build the foundation for this game, it faded out quickly. Very, very true. This summer update needs to last a lot longer than the February 26th update did, and also the spring update. The honeymoon phase for the spring update lasted until Black Bell and the Sadie Adler Stranger missions were added into the game, and then after that, the weeks following, June and July, the game has been more dry than it's ever been. I thought April was the most dry and the worst off we were going to be as a community, but July has proven that to be wrong. July has been the worst experience in Red Dead Online in its history so far. I've still had a lot of fun playing it, but you could see any YouTuber who uploads consistently has drastically decreased the amount of uploads on this game. People have started to focus on the Grand Theft Auto Online Casino DLC update and things like that. The summer update needs to last, and if one update in Red Dead Online is going to last, I do have high hopes that this one is going to be it, because Rockstar has taken such a hiatus on adding actual gameplay changing content into the game, and I hope this is the experience we get. Next, we have Aaron coming in saying roles need to be roleplay oriented. However obvious it sounds, meaning not just a few missions. They need to feel like you're actually doing that job. Bounty hunters can hunt other players with bounties. Traders can actually have a shop at their camp for both players and NPCs. And with an addition like this, immersion is the key. The more there is, the more successful the update will be. Absolutely, we see the success of the GTA 5 RP scene with the modded 5M roleplay servers, and of course, Rockstar may be going along the lines of that in some fashion. It won't exactly be like whitelisted PC modded servers for a game, but hopefully the roles in the Red Dead Online update are hitting that note, less like the GTA Online by Rockstar, like the criminal grinding versus roleplay. Hopefully these roles are on more of the roleplay side and not just a way to be a criminal in Red Dead Online and grind the game. Next up, we have Demon from Texas saying, firstly, they need to fix showdowns. Secondly, they need to ban tonics in PvP. After the gold and money glitch, 90% of the players are popping miracle tonics left and right, and then we could talk about the update. Bring us the old Rockstar quality, not the lost in the sauce BS. Fix the money system. Absolutely true. After all of the money glitches, especially the treasure map glitch, people have all this money to spend. There are true millionaires in Red Dead Online right now. The person who's made the most money legit that I know is Blue Rose, who just hunts all day and actually kind of makes the most money legit doing one of the highest paying story missions while also hunting in Blue Water Marsh, getting all the bird carcasses and feathers and everything. And she has over $200,000 legit in Red Dead Online just from hunting. And of course, her account balance is going up further. And so Demon from Texas is right. The players who have glitch money are going into showdowns because that's the only thing left to do. They're popping these tonics every time they take damage, and everyone's just a tank. And the players who are playing legit obviously cannot keep up unless they start slugging tonics, and they'll just waste their money. So there does need to be some sort of fix with these treasure map glitches. Player accounts, I think, need to be adjusted in some way to save the online. Next up, we have Raw Dog, who says they must add content that takes more than a week to get through. They must make the objectives and roles unique and not like stranger missions. The life of this game hinges on the summer update, and if it bombs, then this game is done, because you know it'll be months before another update. Absolutely right. This update needs to be a success. We have no idea when the next update is coming after. Rockstar has not hinted at anything. They have not mentioned anything. They really haven't given us any information on the summer update. So we need to make sure that the summer update is a success. I think they know that. We know that. We all want it to be so. And of course, add content that takes more than a week to get through. The summer update, I hope, has a real drip feed cycle. The spring update was something. The spring update drip feed is still going on. We're still getting a new hat and like new clothing every single week along with some bonuses, but we need real content every single week. A new stranger mission every single week would be a great remedy. Just more variety in what we already have. There's so many missions where you are delivering wagons or horses or carts. Why are there not 750 different variables of locations that you drive through and drive to and different things like that? Why are there only so few? There's only a couple with each stranger, and there's only so many strangers in the game. Those would be easy A to B fixes that they can add to Red Dead Online. Then we have Johnny Yo coming in saying more outfit slots and stability. The game servers need to be stable. Absolutely, I agree, Johnny. And more outfit slots. 3 is not enough. 5 if you use 2 of the default outfits that you can get in Red Dead Online, but 3 custom outfits is definitely not enough. Christina Lynn Gaunt and says, I'm all for being patient, but it's like you said, they could at least give us more discounts and something to do in the meantime besides daily challenges. Daily challenges, as they stand right now, are bringing people back to the game, continuing to play because they're trying to keep up their streaks. But for those players who are grinding the game every day, daily challenges should be for people who actually do grind every day, but some people can't afford the opportunity to play every day. Work, family, school, whatever it may be. So there should be weekly and monthly challenges for those players who cannot play necessarily every single day but want to put time into the game and unlock some exclusive rewards. So I think for people who play on a daily basis, those are what the daily challenges are for. But for people who just want to play the game a lot but cannot necessarily play every day, who may only have time on the weekends to put in 10-12 hours, weekly and daily challenges and monthly challenges would be the way to go. And of course, patience is key, according to Christina. Now we have Bearded Hoser, or Ed, coming in here. He picked up my merch the other day, so thank you so much to you, brother. He says, yes, I think it's time. I've heard many in this community really getting antsy and just a flat sick of waiting. That is good. Game can and I believe will be good. This update had better start getting the ball rolling that way. Absolutely. This needs to be the first truly big update to Red Dead Online. Players are getting sick of waiting. Players are leaving the game. Players are coming into the game for the first time and getting a bad taste in their mouth, and they may not ever return. And Ed brings up a great point here. This update better get the ball rolling with what we know Rockstar has done with GTA 5, and they better start bringing that type of quality DLC content into Red Dead Online. Next, we have TMC1Erasera coming in. Being a Naughty Dog fan, I think I've mastered the key to being patient, but this is different. We aren't getting any content, so I truthfully feel that the content we get will be big. Along with the roles, I'd like vehicles to be added as well, and I think private lobbies are imperative. This is another one of my great mods here for Red Dead Online on both YouTube and Twitch. Fantastic. Shout out to you, buddy. Naughty Dog is also a great developer. I would like to see vehicles added into the game, but most importantly, what you said at the end really hit home. Private lobbies. Although griefing isn't awfully as bad as it is in GTA Online, there's only so many griefing tools in Red Dead Online, like explosive ammo, fire shotgun shells, and of course dynamite arrows. But still, private lobbies are imperative because people are still getting bothered and no one wants to deal with that type of stuff. So you bring up an absolutely great point. People are also getting very impatient, I should say, and this content needs to last, and I'm hoping it's big like you said. Next up, we have an awesome Twitch viewer for Red Dead Online content who supports everyone in the Twitch community for Red Dead Online, Luna Looney Moon, and she says, if this DLC is a flop, then the game is officially toast. It needs to be perfect. No player should feel like this. It's really sad that a lot of us, including myself, have gotten to that point where we say, if this update isn't a smashing success or even just anything that players want in some degree, then the game is done for. We shouldn't feel like that as players, and that just shows that Rockstar is doing something very, very wrong. Luna Looney Moon, I am in the same boat as you, and I absolutely agree. I said that for the February 26th update, I said it for the spring update, and heck, I may even say it after the summer update. But at this point, knowing where we are at a player base, everyone's YouTube views are at the lowest possible, pretty much. No one really cares to even come back to tune in for the weekly update videos or even just see what's in Red Dead Online anymore. Players are like, you know what? I have a 70-day streak on daily challenges. I don't really care anymore. I'm going to lose that streak too and stop playing. No one should feel like that. Why do the players feel like that? It shouldn't be the case. So hopefully this all changes, Luna Looney Moon. Next, we have Gage April, another new viewer to the channel as of the last couple months, and I really want to thank you for all your support. He says, fix the bugs, make private servers or defensive mode into passive mode. Please make sure the roles are expansive and interactive rather than glorified fetch quests. We have touched on the fetch quests and the roles, but of course, we've also touched on the bug fixes, private servers or defensive mode into a passive mode. This is important. Rockstar hasn't ruled out private lobbies and private servers, but they've said they wanted to keep experimenting with defensive mode. They don't want to make it a GTA 5 passive ability. They think that Red Dead Online should just be one uniform experience, but guess what? The way the player base is, it doesn't function like Rockstar's utopia they think the game is, and we need either private servers, a defensive mode that actually works and does its job, or just blanket fix the issue, meet us in the middle, just give us a real passive mode. That would make the biggest difference in Red Dead Online. If they aren't going to go the whole extra mile to give us private servers, at least give us passive mode that is non-exploitable like the defensive mode is in Red Dead Online. Next up, we have Outlaw Rain, and he says they just need to simply give it to us already. This game is getting so freaking boring. Absolutely right behind you, buddy, and it seems like 4 people thought so as well, because 4 people hearted your comment. They need to give it to us already. Absolutely. I'm willing to wait a couple more weeks, but they need to give it to us because people are getting bored. Simple as that. Broken Hand comes in and says all 3 new roles released at the same time, not drip fed. more variation in stranger missions, and more story missions. This is something I've been talking about on my Twitch streams a lot. I think we will be getting more variation in stranger missions and more story missions, not just the 3 roles in the summer update. And of course, the 3 roles, I think Rockstar will release them at the same time. They will not be drip feeding the bounty hunter the first week, the trader the next week, and the collector the last week. But what I can picture is if these roles have tiers that you progress through, Rockstar may be drip feeding these tiers of progression for the roles, meaning you can rank up tier 1 of your bounty hunter, collector, or trader role. The next week, tier 2 unlocks and you can grind that. So players are limited in how much they can progress through the roles. So in case someone can't play for the next month, sort of how MMOs do it, like, you know, World of Warcraft or Destiny or The Division, where you can't progress through the world tiers or the light levels until a new DLC. Rockstar may be doing that with the progression tiers for the roles, if any of that type stuff exists. I'm not too sure. This is me just kind of guessing and just talking, speculating, whatever. But I do think that Rockstar is going to release all 3 roles at the same time. Keller comes in and simply says, Bandoliers. I agree. Could be tied to the bounty hunter role as well, and other special abilities to the other roles. It's Just Dubs says combine both teams instead of one on GTA and one on Red Dead Online, because it seems the suits are pushing its cash cow until it dies, then they'll decide to push Red Dead Online. If we ever make it to that point, honestly. Right now, yes, there's most likely 2 different teams working on these games, and of course there's just everyone probably working on the next Rockstar release, whatever it is, after Red Dead Redemption 2 / Red Dead Online. I don't even think we need to combine these teams into one. GTA can stay its separate thing, but the Red Dead Online team needs to get moving here. They have done absolutely nothing to help this game, and the game is only going down and down and down, and they need to turn it around. As simple as that. I truly think at this point, the Red Dead Online community, the players, the player base, the fans care more about this game than the developers. Simple as that. I will leave it right there. You can agree or disagree and let me know down in the comments below. Now we have Stacks McDougal saying the mud needs to be throwable. I want to throw mud at you first. But seriously, I'd like to see casual games, skip and play, again, options in the showdowns, Red Dead game modes remastered, robberies of any kind, the ban hammer, actually hammer something, and more hats, please. It's interesting because we've been getting hats every single week. I'm sorry that you want to throw mud at me, but I know you're just messing around. Casual games would be great. Skip and play, again, options in showdowns, again, fantastic. And Red Dead Redemption 1 online game modes remastered. Grab the bag. I know more bag modes in Red Dead Online, something we don't need, but Grab the Bag is the only one from Red Dead Redemption 1 multiplayer that needs to come into this game that can be a bag mode. They can get rid of all the other Red Dead Online bag modes and just give us the original Red Dead Redemption 1 Grab the Bag to make players happy here. Now we have Harold coming in and saying ability card options in lobbies, more of everything, more races, more showdown maps. I'd like to play Spoils of War in Valentine again. It's been months since that's left the rotation, or Plunder in the Saint Denis Plantation. Also, Square should be Dive. I should have to engage any other buttons to perform a life-saving move, and set my weapon wheel. Custom weapon wheel that you could set to specific things when you log on, when you're on your horse, when you just log into different lobbies, etc. would be great. Ability card options in lobbies. You can change your outfit in showdown lobbies, but why can't you have set ability card loadouts that you can change in the lobby as well, so you don't need to waste those precious seconds in game. The actual game modes don't even last that long. They last 7 minutes. So you're going to take a minute of time loading through the awfully laggy pause menu to change your ability card, leaving yourself to get shot and killed, ruin your KD, lose points, etc. Just give us the option to change our ability cards in the lobby, just like our weapons and just like our clothing. Pebsy, another amazing viewer on Twitch and YouTube, comes in saying, really hoping for a bucket load of bug fixes, hoping for something that isn't just point-to-point missions for the new roles, also that this content will last us a long time before the next update. Absolutely, I really hope so. I hope all this stuff comes into play. We need a lot of bug fixes here in Red Dead Online. All the big bug fixes that were fixed with the spring update have come back into the game, and more have come since then, and all of that stuff needs to be figured out. And it seems that Pebsy is against the point-to-point fetch quests and missions for the new roles. We need true expansive summer DLC content for these 3 bounty hunter, collector, and trader roles. Absolutely, Pebsy, shout out to you. Thank you for being an avid supporter here of the channel. Kyle Reese comes in to say, turn the daily challenges into tiered levels with a huge reward if someone accomplishes an amazing feat in one day, like collect 1 of every herb in a day or get 50 headshots in Deadeye in showdowns. Absolutely, the daily challenges are cool. There's some days they're hard, some days they're easy enough to complete. Some of the days you can get them done in literally 20 minutes or less. Sometimes they may take you an hour or 2 depending on if you know animal spawns and where to collect herbs and things like that Kyle, you're moving in the right direction here. You're thinking forward. You're thinking ahead what people want. Daily, weekly, monthly challenges with big rewards. The harder the challenge becomes, different options to choose different challenges. Maybe you have limited time to like complete one. Maybe it's like get 50 headshots in Deadeye and Showdowns, and you can only complete that in, say, 5 matches. If you don't, you wager a little bit of money. You could lose it or gain it back, double your rewards, etc. Great ideas, Kyle. Now, one of the last ones I just wanted to mention here, coming from Paul, a fellow beer house, he says, give a taste of what role means gameplay wise. First is free, shift the in-game purchases to buying roles, could be linked to properties, and fix the in-game economy. Gives players an incentive to spend real money on new gameplay, and Rockstar an incentive to develop new content. I prefer Red Dead Online to steer into the role-playing direction away from PvP. The story missions and most stranger missions are fun but became repetitive quickly due to the lack of variety, and PvP, although fun, is too imbalanced for non-competitive roleplay players like myself to stand a chance. Now, I will harp on some of these points, Paul. I think you have some great feedback here. They need to give us a taste of what the role means. I don't think they will be just dropping one for free for us to test out before they update. That is a far cry to ask from Rockstar, but it would be great. Maybe they could give us some type of test drive role, something just to experiment to see if they need to make any last minute adjustments. That would be so cool if we had like some type of roleplay beta in the game before we had the summer update. But of course, we all want Red Dead Online to steer into the role-playing direction. Rockstar has said that free roam and roleplay will be the priority of this game, not player versus player combat in the showdown modes. And I think honestly, once the summer update and the summer roles get moving here and they implement those things into the game and whatever content follows, Rockstar will be winding down how much PvP content they add into the game. They'll probably still add a little bit in every update from time to time, but I feel like they're trying to get ahead and give the most variety in showdowns right now before they start adding all the amazing free roam content and role-playing content, because they will stop doing the showdowns as much. And honestly, if that's the case, I hope they get moving and adding some amazing PvP game modes that they haven't added yet, like the ones from Red Dead Redemption 1 multiplayer. And like you said, PvP, although fun, it's too imbalanced for non-competitive roleplay players. PvP, I think, in a sense, it's straightforward, but in another sense, it's very complex if you don't understand the mechanics of the game and you aren't a big competitive player, someone who's played Rainbow Six, Halo, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Fortnite, whatever it is. If you were just into the free roam, PvP is such a central part of Red Dead Online, and I feel like it's almost necessary for players as part of their daily grinding besides the free roam and the story missions and the hunting and the fishing. And so I think if a player can just spend their day playing free roam without having to worry about PvP to rank up, get gold, or get money, that would be great. These are all of the comments I have time to read in this video. There are so many more. Thank you guys to everyone who submitted their feedback. Just going through the list right now: Jesus Sanchez, Seth, Steve Schultz, we have Derek Hayway, we have Dwayne Butler, Tony Walker, Wicked, Toy, Big Heck Money, Aloysius, and Sophia Benkovic. There are so many people that I want to read in this video, but I just simply do not have the time because I am pushing too long of a video length for your guys' enjoyment. I want to make sure you have the best experience in this video. If you would like to see a part 2, I can read everyone else's comments, but to everyone who did respond to this question, to this prompt, asking for your own feedback, for your own voices, thank you so much. I really hope that we can get Red Dead Online to a glorious place, and I think eventually it will be there. Again, we have to keep the faith. I hate saying that because it's kind of a meme from the story, but we just have to be a little bit patient. We are in the final stretch here, ladies and gentlemen. At the current time, it is now, for me, Saturday, July 27th, when I'm making this video. The clock has just struck midnight. I am willing to wait a couple more weeks for this update. I do not think we will hear anything about the summer update on Tuesday, July 30th. I feel like that'll still be dedicated to Grand Theft Auto Online's Casino DLC update, but perhaps the first week we can hear something on the summer update, considering Rockstar has said more info is coming in the coming weeks, will be August 6th. Maybe we may have something Tuesday, July 30th, but I really just don't hold your breath on it. Do not expect it. It may be a little bit of a far cry. August 6th is the first day I can expect maybe something for this update. We just have to wait and see. But I want to thank you guys all so much for watching. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And be sure to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at HazardousHDTV on all three. Links are all down in the description for daily Red Dead Online content on all those social platforms. Again, thank you to everyone who's responded. I will be getting around to those who I didn't actually mention inside of this video. I will be responding to you personally on Twitter, so at least you didn't feel like it was a waste. I don't want anyone to feel like they wasted their time responding to this. Everyone's input is valuable. And to those who are still watching, if you have your own input, either leave them in the comments of this video, or please go to the link in the description where you can submit your own feedback to Red Dead Online and Rockstar Games for them hopefully to implement into Red Dead Online in the near future. Again, thank you so much for watching. Happy Saturday, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video. Adios, amigos.